Today we're exploring 3 different recipes using the April Brewing Kit. Welcome, my name is Patrick Rolfe and this is Coffee with April. On popular demand, we are going to share some holiday brewing recipes using the April Brewing Kit. So what we're going to do here is basically 3 different recipes, 3 slightly different approaches, 3 different volumes. Most importantly, yes, you can brew a lot of different volumes with the April Brewing Kit. So enough with that, we're going to jump straight into brewing and I'm going to walk you through it as we go. So we're starting with pre-wetting the filters, as always. We should say on a side note, custom-made April filters are coming early next year, so kind of stay tuned for that. So yeah, pre-wetting the filters. The water temperature today for all of the brews sits at 94 degrees Celsius. Now, because we have different volumes, we are dosing slightly different. We're even using some different ratios as well. Now, as you can see here in the video, for larger brews, don't brew directly into the cup, brew into a server or something else, right? So, first brew here, smaller kind of standard cup, is going to be 13 grams of coffee. And we're going to pour a total of 200 grams of water. Second brew is going to be 20 grams of coffee. And we're going to pour a total of 300 grams of water. The last brew here is going to be the largest recommended brew we do. That's 30 grams of coffee. And we're going to pour a total of 500 grams of water. Now, the first pour for each brews is going to be a simple 100-gram pour. We're starting with 30 grams in a circle and 70 grams in the center. We want that pour to be done within 10 seconds. It's important when you pour that you keep those structures because that will really help with the flow rate in all of the brews and allow you to control your brew time, making sure that your brew doesn't stall at any point and comes out really consistent in every single brew. Now for the small brew, it's a simple 2 pour. At 35, we go again. And we pour the same thing, so 30 grams in the circle and 70 grams in the center. And that brew is basically done. Now the total brew time on the first one, we're aiming for about 240 up to 3 minutes. And we're using 26 clicks on a standard Comandante. Now for the second brew, 20 to 300, we're using 30 clicks on the Comandante, and we're expecting this to take a slightly longer time. We're making a last pour here at 1 minute and 5 seconds. Now this is gonna go just above 3 minutes in terms of total brew time. Now for the larger brew here, we're doing our third pour at 1 minute and 5 seconds. And the total brew time here, since we have more pours to do, is going to be up closer to 4 minutes, but we don't want it to go above. At 1:30, I'm making my 4th pour. And here we're careful, just basically making sure that we have a constant high level of water in the filter. This is going to allow the water to go through a lot faster. So as you see, I'm not pouring continuously. I'm basically just adding water as we go, making sure the water level is as high as possible. And then we're going to start with the last pour at 2 minutes. Now, water quality, water hardness is something we come back to again and again in our videos. For this specific brew, we're using a water filtration system on Copenhagen tap water, which is not very good for brewing. However, the system makes it really good, and we're here at 45 ppm. Now, for those of you that don't have a professional water filtration system, we recommend both third wave water or Peak coming out of Kelowna as both really good options to use. Now we're just under 3 minutes here and the first brew is ready. And we're then giving the other brews a tiny bit more time here, right? The important thing here is that as long as you follow the pouring instructions, you won't have any stallings in the end. Keep in mind, grind size matters. If you have too much fines or you cause too much turbulence or pour too slow, you are gonna have a lot of brews stalling, and that's not gonna be good for taste. Now at 320, we're actually gonna pull the second brew off here. Now the target TDS here and for all of the brews here at April is going to be around 125 to 1.3, which is a bit lower. So a lot of people perhaps prefer a slightly stronger cup of coffee. If you do, feel free to just go finer on the grind size. If you have a good enough grinder, that wouldn't matter, as it's going to not create too many fines anyway, and therefore it's going to be still tasty regardless of the strength, right? Now the last brew here, we're pulling at 340. And please note that all of the water has gone through the filters here. Cool, so that was it. A simple kind of brewing approach using the April Brewing Kit. For those of you that want to do different ratios, different volumes, making sure that you can brew coffee not just for yourself, but also for your friends and family over the holidays. With that, we want to say thank you for watching. Keep in mind, via our Patreon, we're putting a lot of extra content kind of behind the scenes that you won't see here. So sign up there if you want to support us moving forward into the 2021. And with that, have a great day. Thank you again for watching. Please share your favorite kind of April brewing recipe down below here as well. We're always thankful when you do. Thank you. We want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. It's because of you that we are able to continue to make these videos. And we want you all to feel free to always come with suggestions and ideas on the content that you want to see, because we are doing this for you and because of you. Thank you from all of us here at April.